What's up, design family? Welcome to another episode of FittDesign TV. On today's episode, I'll be giving you guys my top predictions for trends in sportswear and activewear in 2020. Whether you're a designer looking to come up with some kick-ass designs, innovative designs, or you're a consumer and you're wondering what your favorite brands are going to come up with in 2020, watch this video. You're going to find out. Hey guys, and welcome to FittDesign TV. So glad to have you here. On this channel, we discuss all things sports fashion, graphic design, manufacturing, and technology. We'll discuss key topics, answer pressing questions, and provide actionable steps on starting your own product line. If you're interested in any of the above topics, stick around. You're in for a good one. "2020 in general is going to bring a lot of what 2019 brought with it, just an accentuation. I'll be splitting up this video into 5 key topics, and we'll start off with number 1. Sportswear is going to be more versatile. There's going to continue to be this push for versatility. We're consistently shrinking down our wardrobes. So the sportswear that does exist within our wardrobes is going to need to be more streamlined and in general more versatile. Whether that's simpler cuts and a more minimalistic approach to the sportswear that we have, you're going to see versatility being brought at the forefront of sportswear. Why do we love wearing sportswear out and about? It's simple. It's relatively inexpensive, it fits well in a flattering way, and it's super comfortable. So who wouldn't want to put on a great t-shirt that performs phenomenally, that accentuates your muscles, makes you look good, makes you feel good into the gym, and then continue with a similar shirt out when you're on the town with your friends. So sportswear versatility is going to continue to be super important. Number 2 is sustainability and an overall ethical approach to manufacturing. We know the impact of fashion on our world, and this has definitely become a hot topic for a lot of people. People want to know where their sportswear is coming from, and in general, they want to minimize their impact on the world that we live in. With climate change continuing to be a hot topic, it's no surprise that people are going to have these understandings or this importance to how their sportswear is sourced and how it's designed in general. Whether it's using natural organic materials such as hemp-based products or organic cottons, or in general shying away from synthetic fibers like polyesters and nylons that could have a negative impact as they are oil-based, or in general using sustainable fabrics like recycled nylons and polyesters that can take away plastics from the ocean, as we've seen a lot of top brands do. Using sustainable fabrics is going to be one of the main areas that we see companies push their marketing, push their fabric selection. At the same time, the usage of ethical manufacturing and making sure that the companies that we deal with in terms of sourcing are not using over or underage labor, or they're not overworking their workers, making sure their workers get paid a fair wage, that's going to be key, and brands are going to push that in their marketing. The last kind of space within this point is brands are going to be a lot more charity focused in both their approach, their marketing, and the way that they manage and operate their businesses. We see brands that allow you to choose which charity to donate to, and this follows the original Times model of buy one, give one. More and more brands are gonna get into this space. People love the idea that they can support their favorite brands and support their favorite causes. It's just important to note that this should not only be done for marketing purposes, it should be done with the best of intentions. The third is an understanding of patterns and prints and colors in sportswear for 2020. When it comes to patterns, we're going to see the continuation of natural patterns such as animal prints and foliage that is a bit abstracted, so not a one-to-one, something slightly abstracted, and moving away from geometric patterns to stuff that is more identifiable, more relatable. When it comes to colors, there's going to be 2 sets, and the first are the subdued pastels that are going to continue to be prevalent, as well as the neons that we see on the other side that are going to relate more to this 90s throwback approach. So the more retro style is going to bring with it neons, very loud, vibrant colors that clash and contrast. So you're gonna get two very different styles of palettes. Not one of them is correct or incorrect. It just depends on what subset and what vision and design aesthetic that you're trying to push or that you're specifically interested in. The fourth area is going to be inclusivity. Brands have continued to push the era of inclusivity, making sure that they don't marginalize a certain subset of the population. So whether that's offering plus size or specific gender sets or gender neutral, all of these things are going to continue to be pushed to the forefront of the way brands offer their clothing and how they market their clothing. People want to feel that the brands that they deal with are not specifically catering towards a certain subset of the population. They feel that's very marginalist, and in general, it's an aggressive approach. So long gone are the days of Abercrombie where they have a very specific customer base in mind and they're very vocal about that. People are definitely not okay with that anymore, and that's going to continue to be the way that a lot of brands are going to push their marketing in terms of their inclusivity and their kind of multicultural approach, whether that's representing different models, different sizes of models, models that are considered gender neutral, even in general 3D models that don't exist in the real world. Kind of like these types of models are going to also be brought in terms of marketing, especially for sportswear and activewear. The last and probably most surprising, something that's flown under the radar that has been a bit more niche that will make its way into the mainstream of sportswear and activewear is technical sportswear. So technical sportswear, in short, is sportswear that performs a certain function and understands how to do this through its fit, its garment construction, and the material technologies used. Material technology is going to be a hot topic. It's going to be an area of very big interest for brands as they continue to try to innovate and one-up each other using fabrics that are high quality, that perform their functions really well, whether it's anti-odor, water repellency, water resistancy, anti-soil, anti-tear, anti-thermal, or thermally insulating fabrics. Brands are going to push the fabric technologies that they incorporate into their product lines, and they're going to make sure that their designs are functioning alongside with their materials. So there's going to be this harmony between aesthetic, design, function, fit, and material choice. Hopefully that kind of sums up pretty much where you think, or where we think, that sportswear and activewear is headed in 2020. If you guys think that we missed any key areas, or you have your ideas on how sportswear trends are going to continue to innovate, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. It's always an absolute pleasure hearing from you guys. And if you guys are not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. We put out a ton of great content specifically related to sportswear, activewear, design, tutorials, that kind of good stuff. And consider smashing a thumbs up. It does help us out tremendously. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to FittDesign TV. Until next time, stay awesome.